I am the president of the Overseas Press Club of America, and this building is our headquarters, the gathering place of the top foreign correspondents of our time who cover every corner of the globe in their search to bring the truth to you. From their personal files, we tell the stories behind the headlines. What you're about to see really happened, and the people portrayed really lived. Here's a story told to Morel Cody, well-known foreign correspondent and author.
The nearest I ever came to losing my life was in Paris just before the war. I was living at the time high up in Old Montmartre, in the shadow of Sacré-Cœur. I'd had a tough day, so I decided to pass up the Café Florian that night.
What is it?
Mr. Foster, are you there? Mr. Foster.
Wait.
The attempt to gas me took place 2 days after Nicole Garvey had first called me at the office to let me in on what was to be the biggest scoop of my life. It was 1938. The world was still walking the tightrope between war and peace, and the country holding the balance was France. I was the proverbial American in Paris, only I wasn't painting pictures. I was working for ENS, the European News Service. The man over my head and on my back was a sweet guy with a heart of stone called Delaney, Charlie Delaney.
Hitler says he wants peace.
That's nice, till we cool him.
What's the matter? You don't want peace?
Sure, I want peace, but I don't think we're going to get it. I'm a realist, and
Hello, this is Foster.
Monsieur Foster, I have something very important to tell you. This is Nicole Garvey.
Why, hello, Nicole. It's our wandering secretary. How nice of you to call.
I am sorry I left ENS without giving my notice. I will explain everything when I see you.
Can you see me?
I am at the Café Florian opposite your apartment. Can you be here in half an hour?
Sorry, honey, I'm wanted here.
Oh, please, I'm very serious. It is too dangerous to speak over the phone. Say you'll come. You'll never be sorry. It would be headline news.
Okay, I'll be there.
Thank you, Jeff.
Well, what did he say?
He will come.
Neurotic girl quits her job as secretary without giving notice. Suddenly phones in something she's dreamed up and you go flying after her. She probably saw a street accident.
Very funny. She may have something worth knowing.
Well, take the day off if that's what you want.
That's what I intend to do.
But this doesn't go on your expense account, do you hear?
Put it on yours, then. So I took the funicular up the hill to old Montmartre to see Nicole. I knew she wasn't neurotic. She wasn't a crank either. Unless she'd got herself into some man trouble and changed quite a bit since she left our office.
Jeff. This is my friend, Louis Vallot.
Monsieur.
Glad to know you. Where are you somebody at, s'il vous plaît?
Tout de suite, monsieur.
Thanks. Cousin Nico? That's what I thought.
We are going to be married, circumstances and Hitler permitting.
I gather this has something to do with the reason I'm here, and you left ENS in such a hurry.
Well, we had very much difficulties in our way. You can read us of the greatest of them.
At the same time, do France an immeasurable service.
Monsieur? Merci. Santé. Now, how can I help you? And France at the same time.
France must be saved from herself.
Begin at the beginning, Louis, and speak slowly.
Go ahead.
Have you noticed, monsieur, that there's a new person in France?
Who do you mean?
Her name is Corruption. You can see her walking down the Grand Boulevard and the smaller streets and the slums, everywhere. She is worth 5 divisions to France's enemies.
Yeah, let's skip the rhetoric and get down to cases.
I work in the Mint, and I've seen the money of France being made. And I've also seen how this money is being made worthless. So I left.
Just a minute, not so fast. One thing at a time. Now, what's happening to the money?
The government is printing notes in duplicate. Each franc has an exact copy.
What's the point? What do they gain by?
Well, the government is authorized to issue 6 billion francs against the gold reserves. But it is printing another 6 billion francs in duplicate, which do not appear on the books.
And there's only half enough gold to pay for it. Of course, you can prove what you're saying.
Observe, monsieur. The numbers are identical.
How do I know this isn't an isolated case, or a slip-up at the Mint, or just a private enterprise?
As an employee of the Mint, I've seen thousands of these notes run off our presses.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt you. But a story of this size needs more proof than this. Say some plates, for instance.
I would not have asked you to come here if we couldn't prove what he says.
Oh, this is the part where the money comes in.
I'm embarrassed, monsieur.
How much are you embarrassed?
Jeff.
He is right, Nicole. I must have the money. For conclusive proof, I would need 2,000 American dollars.
$2,000 is a lot of money.
It's what we need.
To start a new life in another country.
Come, we must go.
What's the matter?
Hey, Nico! Hey! And then they took a powder.
That reminds me.
What do you think, Delaney?
It's the first time you ever asked me for help. You sick?
I checked the Mint. Ballou did work there, you know.
Or someone named Valou. Now get this through your head, Jeff. Not a word of this goes on the wire until you got proper proof in your hands. We're operating here at the courtesy of the French government.
Yeah, I know. But why did they run out on me? That's what I'd like to know. Where are they? I'll speak of the angel. I'm glad to see you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I want to apologize.
Aren't you going to say hello to me, Nicole? I used to be your boss, remember?
Monsieur Delaney, I must speak to Jeff alone, please.
You hear that, Delaney?
Don't mind me. I only run this office. Now, come on, Jeanette. Remember, this is a place of business. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
What was your hurry yesterday?
I don't know. Suddenly, Louis pulled me away. He said he was being watched. Tell me, have you decided? Are you going to buy the story?
Haven't seen any story yet.
We are desperate. We need the money. We must go away. We are suspected.
You must love this guy very much.
Very much, yes.
Okay, Nicole. Tell your boyfriend it's a deal.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. He will meet you on the Pont Neuf tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
You behaved like a frightened rabbit in the cafe. Why? I have no wish to spend a year in jail awaiting trial. For what? We are committing no crime. We are performing a public service. The Sûreté might not appreciate that point. Well? And what did your American journalist say? He wanted more proof. Double plates. It should not be difficult. But did he promise to write the story? She is with him now. There is something I do not like about the way in which you two are handling this. I do not know what it is, but I'm warning you. You still love your country? Yes, I love my country. You are sure that you are not in love with her? Are you? No, she means nothing to me. She was useful, that is all. Then let it remain like that. This is too important for sentimental bungling.
I'd said yes to the deal, and they'd promised to bring me proof that the French government was duplicating its own money. The more I thought about it, the less I liked it. I took a walk around to try and figure it out. Hey, you, Louis.
Oh, good day, monsieur.
Good day. I've been waiting half of it for you. Where you been?
I'm in great danger. I'm being followed.
By who?
Officials of the government, the police, the Sûreté.
Look, what about those double plates? You don't get one thin dime till I see them.
All right, meet me tonight at the Pont Neuf at 6 o'clock. And, of course, you will have the American dollars.
Don't you worry about the dollars. You just be there.
Excuse me, I must go now.
I'd been in Paris so long that you could number me among its sights. I felt as much a Frenchman as anyone who lived there. If France was being betrayed, I was being betrayed too. And I didn't like it. I didn't trust that guy Louis. But on the other hand, the fact that Nicole was in it made me think that there was something more to the story than a $2,000 confidence trick.
Hey, what do you want?
Something small and an appointment with the Premier of France.
Certainly, certainly. This afternoon do, or are you busy?
No, this afternoon's fine. Just when I want it.
Are you serious?
I've never been more serious in my life.
Monsieur le Premier, Monsieur Foster.
How do you do, Mr. Staff?
Mr. Premier?
Sit down.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Premier, I'll state my business very quickly. I've received information that your government is printing 6 billion more francs than it is authorized to do. I've received these as proof from an employee of the Mint. Do you consider this to be true, sir?
Monsieur Foster, if you wish to ruin a man, you need only print that he denies beating his wife. Thereafter, the damage to his reputation is done. For the government of France to deny counterfeiting its own money would be almost as bad as affirming it.
Mr. Premier, as a newspaper man, my responsibility is to the truth. If you do not want me to print your denial, I won't. But You must understand, if proof is forthcoming, I cannot undertake not to print the accusation.
I must ask you not to print anything, Monsieur Foster.
Here are the plates. That is all you need now, is it not?
Yes,
You are meeting your American friend this evening. Where?
at the Pont Neuf, on the river bank.
Would it be coincidence that he went into the government offices today?
Oh, newspaper men make many calls in the course of their duties. Do you think it would be better if he changed the rendezvous?
No, you will keep the appointment. Fortunately, there are other ways of ensuring that news gets into newspapers. You too would do well to remember that.
Oh, darling, it's all fixed. I've made the reservation. The train leaves at midnight. You don't look very happy. Tomorrow we wake up in Switzerland. You and I, alone. No one to worry us. Oh, I feel like if I was being born again. What's the matter?
This American of yours, he's been making trouble for us. I think he's been to the police.
Jeff won't do a thing like that.
Why are you so sure?
Well, I know him.
An old lover, no doubt.
Darling, don't talk like that. You know it is not true. Wait, what is happening? You must tell me.
I'm sorry, darling. Please forgive me, but I'm a little bit on edge today. Oh, I wish this whole wretched business were over. But to be hunted by one's own police in one's own country, because one is trying to save it.
The man I pass in the landing, who was he?
What man?
Maybe I was crazy to keep that appointment. Maybe I should have put the story in the Never Never file. But I don't like being told what I should write and what I shouldn't write, even by governments. Besides, I was curious to know how Nicole had got herself mixed up in such a business.
Have you got the money, Monsieur Foster?
What about the plates? You got them?
Are you all right, Monsieur Foster?
I don't know. I haven't looked yet.
It is late to be playing games.
Sure play rough in this town.
It depends upon your playmates, monsieur.
You're dead right.
The Seine is an excellent receptacle for those who are dead wrong. Have you been robbed of anything, monsieur? Any complaint you wish to make?
I don't know yet. But I got a question for you. How come you were here right at this time?
It is one of the many duties of a good policeman to be in the right place at the right time. To assist those who do not take our advice. Can I assist you any further, monsieur?
No. I got a date with a divan.
Sleep well, monsieur.
It was a mistake to leave anything to a bungling fool like you.
It wasn't my fault, Carl.
Everything is one's own fault, my friend, if one is strong enough.
How could I know you would bring the police?
Well, never mind. He will cause us no more trouble. And we will have our headlines after all. Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler.
Allô? Donnez-moi quart d'eau 25-19, s'il vous plaît.
And that was the night someone had tried to write Finney to the story in a room full of gas. It was Nicole's phone call that kept me alive.
Mr. Foster, this is Nicole. It is urgent. Are you there? Please answer.
Oh, Nicole? Nicole? Yeah, I'm all right. Just a little bit of trouble. Where are you? Yeah, okay. Nicole, where's your boyfriend, Louis? There with you? Oh, wait there. I'll be right over.
What are you doing here? I thought we were meeting at the station.
Tell me, would you have been there?
Of course, darling. What makes you think that?
Why did you lie about that man who was here? You said you didn't know him.
He's just an old friend.
What else have you lied to me about, Louis?
Nothing. Nothing, I swear.
What happened when you met Jeff Foster this evening?
I met him. He gave me the money.
You are a liar.
You get out of my room. Be quiet. What are you doing?
Come and sit down, Louis. Monsieur Foster is on his way here. Sit down. He just came from there. I was sleeping and I heard the two shots in my house.
Nicole. Nicole, are you all right?
All a lie. It was all a lie, Jeff.
Get out!
Even that he loved me. That was the biggest lie. There was a big man who wore gloves. I heard them talk together.
Yes.
They were Nazis. Louis, he was a Nazi too. They said he would cause them no more trouble and they would still get their story in the papers.
They made a good try. I can still taste the gas.
Oh, Jeff, I'm sorry. But the whole story about the money was a Nazi plot. And Louis was a part of it.
Suppose they thought if an American agency released the story, that damage would be done, even though it wasn't true. The French government would be discredited and the attentions of the world would be diverted from Nazi armament.
He was just using me. He told me so.
He wasn't even a good Nazi. He died trying to double-cross his own people, as well as you.
Please, watch that gun.
There was a big man with gloves.
We have him. Indeed, we have quite a number of them.
This was his. Well, you may be able to use these, too. They almost got him on the front page in a big way.
Thank you. Jeb.
Oh, Jeb.
Any news?
You know what these French courts are like. They'll listen to Nicole's story, weep, and extend her the mercy of the nation.
I hope you're right.
Now, don't worry, she'll be all right. It was quite a plot they cooked up. Crazy guys, those Nazis. Too bad they don't put all that work to something useful.
Yeah.
And what are you writing?
Something for the personal files.
Could have been a big scoop.
Yeah. But for her, I wouldn't have been there to write it.